These kids recently shared something publicly that shows 50 Cent is not only targeting Diddy, he is going after others, and Snoop Dogg comes next. And when you learn how Snoop connects here, it all begins to click. The reality that Snoop never visited Pac in the hospital, then
my sons have been best friends since they were 6, 7 years old. And let me give you the real story on that one, brother. I didn't make it happen and Puffy didn't make it happen. One night I was at my house and Puffy's son was over about like 9 o'clock. And I'm like, cuz, what time you going home? And he like, I'm spending the night. I'm like, did you tell your dad? He like, nah, my mom dropped me off. So Kim, rest in peace, was connecting my kids with Puff kids, and they formed a friendship and a bond. When Justin went to UCLA, my son went to UCLA. When Christian was rapping, my son was rapping. When he was modeling, they was flying over the world together. So they forged a friendship and a brotherhood that me and Puff always had.
When I die, I want my last words to be, I did it.
After 2 years of investigation, 50 Cent released Sean Diddy Combs, The Reckoning, exposing Diddy's most serious allegations. Since it dropped, Diddy has reportedly tried to get it taken down. The documentary includes unseen footage and highlights people who stood by Diddy. One name allegedly mentioned:
the shots, he heard everything was going on, and when everybody said they heard him say it got him, that's not just a red flag. A star.
According to Suge, on the night Tupac was shot in Las Vegas, Snoop was meant to be there with them. He already had passes to the Mike Tyson fight. Everything had been arranged, but at the final moment, Snoop never showed up. Later, while Tupac was in the hospital fighting to survive, Snoop still did not visit him. Suge said he personally called Snoop and told him to come because something felt wrong. What followed is what stunned everyone close to Tupac. Suge speaking with Tupac. Why would he give conflicting accounts of the same events through the years, especially about situations that others claim he was never actually there for? According to Suge, Snoop wanted to protect his reputation. Snoop was aware that something was going to happen to Tupac. Yet, he remained silent and never took steps to prevent the killing. Why was Snoop having credibility issues, you wonder? This is where Snoop Dogg's name begins appearing in some deeply troubling discussions.
Snoop Dogg, not again, mentioned him in December of 2020, but everybody beat the hell out of me. Screw you, that can't be true. What the hell do I know, right? And then recently it just came out again that Snoop Dogg got accused of convict get arrested. Somebody put a knee on a convict's neck and it's over. The neck of it held. Crickets. Crickets. Nothing. Everything's fine.
Claims, combined with all the details revealed throughout the documentary, have shifted public attention back toward Tupac's killing. And a formal probe into the killing of Tupac Shakur has now been opened at the
following new developments in the case of the hip-hop mogul who is facing RICO charges in New York, Sean P. Diddy Combs. Court TV has just confirmed that the family of Tupac Shakur is investigating a potential link between the murder of Tupac and Sean Diddy Combs. This coming from attorney Alex Spiro, who represents Tupac's family. Now, this investigation had been previously reported by unnamed sources, but earlier today, Spiro confirmed to our Court TV team that he and a team of investigators has been hired.
Sean Combs allegedly had business dealings with Dwayne Keefe D. Davis, who will go on trial next March for the murder of Tupac. This was back in 1996. Some have speculated that Diddy ordered Tupac's death. That, of course, is just a theory at this point, and we are monitoring the developments in both the Tupac murder trial and the federal indictment of Sean Diddy Combs. So a lot of information to come on that one.
Let me ask you this. I get it. When you have a case that's 5 years old, it's hard to get overwhelming evidence that meets the burden of proof beyond a reasonable doubt. When you have cases this old, no matter what Fiddy has found out and put in this documentary, do you see it at all ever possible that Diddy could be involved in a murder trial when it comes to Biggie and Tupac?
It could be possible, yes. However, like I said, they need a lot of corroboration to make that stick, because it's really alleged right now as to his involvement. It's not anything that's substantial or concrete that he was involved. It's personally from people talking about it and saying this is what happened. You need some more information to come forward to prove that.
And it gets things grow even more complex when you consider what Napoleon recently shared on his podcast alongside Dave Ma. Spoke directly about Snoop Dogg spending time with Diddy after Tupac's death and even appearing with him on the Steve Harvey Show. Napoleon made it clear he felt this conduct was inappropriate due to the timing. Snoop could have easily avoided public moments with Diddy to show respect for Tupac's legacy, but he chose not to. Instead, he stood beside Diddy.
About Suge comments, and I
You know what I mean? Even if you don't agree with him, you probably could have said, you know what, I probably ain't gonna come out, publicly with this, because until things clear up, so I really know I could be certain that, they didn't had nothing to do with Pop. But it's like, it was no, okay, it is what it is. So that I never really respected that back then.
So you had an issue with it. You didn't like it.
Never really liked it. It just was a strange look because you was Pac boy. You know what I mean? Puffy, it's clear they had some issues with Pac. And Pac died, and all of a sudden you chilling with Puffy. Back then, it just, okay, now you can say what you want. You all grandfathers, I guess. You know what I mean? That's different now. But back then, I think it was weird. It was tasteless. You know what I mean? It didn't seem like you really had that much love for Pac. You could have just, you know what I mean? Unless he pressured them or like questioned Puffy, like, yo, what's up with this? What's up with that? Then you could say, you know what I mean? No problem. Like somebody said, okay, I believe somebody mentioned that they seen a video with me and the dude Prodigy or one of the dudes from ID, as if I was with. They don't know the backdrop of that. I went to his hotel room ready to fight. Like, bro, I'll fight everybody in that room one-on-one. Even if I lose, it doesn't matter. The Outlaws was with me. My homie Tiny, the Mexican homie, was with me. I didn't go there and say, let me get in a video.
It isn't only Snoop. Many people in the industry had connections to Diddy, and that's why they stayed quiet for such a long time. This was actually the reason 50 decided to release the documentary in the first place. 50 explained to NBC News that his motivation was that remaining silent would make it seem like hip-hop accepted Diddy's actions and that no one else was speaking up, positioning it as a cultural problem rather than a publicity stunt. Related in...
Oh, y'all have this in the...
with his actions.
50 Cent isn't fazed by the online hate after some social media users called the rapper, quote, petty for producing the Netflix documentary Sean Combs' The Reckoning. 50 Cent tells the Go Derby in an interview published December 9th that he really doesn't sweat the criticism, saying, I accept that, I'll take that, I'll wear that. I have antics that I have become comfortable with on social media. And while some believe the docuseries is a, quote, hit piece on Combs, the rapper maintains that was never the intent, explaining they did characterize it as a hit piece in the very beginning. It's because they didn't get a chance to watch it when they were saying that. And then after they see it, you see everyone's changed their mind and it's become the #1 doc. And as for Combs' thought on the Netflix series, the mogul spoke out against his rival shortly before the project hit the platform, with his attorney telling Variety on December 1st, Netflix's so-called documentary is a shameful hit piece. Netflix relied on stolen footage that was never authorized for release. As Netflix and CEO Ted Sarandos know, Mr. Combs has been amassing footage since he was 19 to tell his own story in his own way. It is fundamentally unfair and illegal for Netflix to misappropriate.
Believe it or not, but certain people are actually attacking 50 for releasing the documentary and labeling him envious of Diddy's achievements. They're spinning it as 50 tearing down another black man when it has